On both ends of this, the rain and the snow. Sarah, we have lacked so much rain, especially Southern California, for an El Nino year. What's going on here?
You know, it's just really not panned out how we had hoped it would. We had some ray of hope there in January where we had some above average rainfall, but now that's since backed off. Now we've had that ridge build back in, and so the same old has kind of began to dominate the pattern here. So take a look, and why it's so significant that we get the rainfall now is because as we go later into the year, Mike, look how the precipitation amounts on average just bottom out.
And when we talk dry season in California, we really mean it. It is bone dry.
Yeah, we mean dry season as in it does not rain, you know, because it's a very arid climate to begin with, you know, so you really need this rainfall now. So we're taking a look at the top two strongest El Ninos. That's the 1982-83, 97-98. In those years, we had December just slightly below average precipitation. January, we doubled our average precipitation. In February, tripled it. And now, this is San Francisco. December looked good. January looked good. But February 2016, it's not even 8% of average.
It's not even close to previous El Ninos. So us, you know, anticipating what this would bring based on previous El Ninos may have been off base. In this instance, it seems like it may have been, right?
It was, but at the same time, we were always saying that characteristically, we should, based on the other ones that we've seen, we should have an above average precipitation year. But every El Nino is different, and they don't all produce that. So this one did not.
Here comes the next storm, though, that gives us some glimmer of hope.
Yeah, you know, a couple systems are going to come through, and they've gotten a trace of rainfall at LAX so far there at the airport. Nothing, well, it's probably accumulated there in the last hour in downtown. But you see maybe some heavier rain showers, Mike, moving in. So we're going to keep those rain showers in the forecast for the next 18 to 24 hours. But beyond that, it's all dry for the next 7 days. There's no precipitation in the 7-day forecast.
It's not going to be enough. In short term, though, heads up on your evening drive in LA. When it's dry, it's terrible. So when it's wet, it's even worse. Up to an inch, but you say even in LA, that might be wishful thinking.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to come by.
All right, Sarah, thank you. Tom, to snow. And just like Sarah was saying, in February, we had a great season up until February, and then it just stopped.
Yeah, I mean, we were very optimistic. It was working its way, getting a big snowpack to build up, and now the snowpack has actually gone down again. A lot of it has melted away. We are getting a nice infusion of moisture in here over the next day and a half or so, but after that, then, the spigot kind of turns off. And, you know, if we take a look at the satellite imagery here, we do have a fair amount of moisture coming in. That stippled area in the circulation is colder air. It's going to drop the snow levels. Right now, the snow levels are quite high. Take a look again at the radar, and we're going to zoom in on this. And as we do, it's interesting to see the role that elevation plays here. Look at the temperature in Sacramento right now, 68 degrees. But up at Truckee at about 6,000 feet, we're 45. Donner Pass right now, it's snowing at about 7,000 feet. And watch as we go through the night here and into tomorrow. Those temperatures will continue to drop. The snow levels drop as well, and that's where we eventually are going to pile up the snow. So if we take a look at the total snowfall that we're going to have from this system right along the spine of the Sierra here, we're going to do pretty well with 18 to 24 inches, especially in the southern part of the Sierra. That's good news. But Ryan, let's see if we can call up if we have that graph there to show. Not sure if we have that. We're running right here. If we take a look, the red line is this season. The blue line is average, but the yellow line is our El Nino year of 82, 83. That's where I was hoping we would be. And look at how far behind we are. That's the kind of banner year that we wanted.
Yeah.
We all had such high hopes that this was going to break us out of an ongoing 4 or 5 year drought in California. It begs the question, now that we're midway through February, is it too late? Well, are we not going to be able to catch up now? You think we'll be able to catch up?
Well, I don't know that we'll be able to catch up, but I don't think it's too late to have some significant precipitation events.
That will be meaningful for California.
But there's one point to make, though. It took us 4 to 5 years to get into this.
Exactly.
It's going to likely take us 4 to 5 years to get out of this.
But this was our hope, Tom. This El Nino, this is going to save us.
I know.
If we go back to a La Nina or neutral, we know the pattern. We know it gets dry there.
And 61% of the state is still an exceptional drought, and that's still the Central Valley and Southern California where they need it the most.
Exactly.
It's a little depressing, honestly, when you think.
Moving on out, boys. I'm taking over. I'm taking over the cave. Oh, you caught me alive on air and my low riders. I didn't put on my nice shoes for this one. Let's get things started. We've got 6 videos.
Number is 55.
Bingo.
Oh, wow.
55 is your over-under number today. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Yes.
That's kind of odd.
Let's do it.
Go ahead.
Was the high temperature today in Washington, D.C. over or under 55 degrees? We have under, under, over. Ryan Davidson, the actual high temperature, 49.
Wow.
So it was under.
All right.
I said I was going to win this one. I promised
Three
myself.
winners,
I
one
got
loser.
just to miss the next one.
This next one out.
Are you ready for your next one? Nashville, Tennessee. Over or under 55 degrees today? Over,
Let's click on this one.
under,
I'm gonna go.
over, under. Ryan, reveal it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Nashville,
gosh.
Tennessee. 43 was
Oh,
it
man.
today.
Okay, I'm about to walk off
They
this
made
then.
it a little
I
bit
don't
warmer
lose
going through the
well.
week, but it was chilly today, all right?
Alex, you and I are.
Yeah.
Let's take you back to the middle of the country, shall we? Wichita, Kansas. Over or under 55 degrees today?
where was that?
Third
on the
time's
front
the
of the
charm.
grade?
Over. Huh?
I said, where was that with the
Excuse
front?
me, sorry.
Yeah, where- do you know where your
Okay.
front was? Everyone says over.
Wait,
Ryan?
Way over.
Way over. Yes, 70 degrees.
Okay.
You all win. Were you about to change your
I
mind?
was.
Okay, no,
We almost
you're
swung
good.
it back
Well
to
done.
under.
I'm
All
one
right.
and two.
How warm did it get today? Let's go farther north.
Okay.
Rapid City, South Dakota. Over or under 55 today?
They're right in the edge
You were paying
of the ridge
attention in our show,
trough.
weren't
Well,
you,
that's
Dave?
tough because of elevation.
All right, Sarah, Dave. Oh, did you change your mind, Sarah? Sarah says over. Dave, Tom, everyone says over. Ryan,
I'm gonna go
reveal
out
it
on a
to
limb.
us.
Oh my gosh.
Rapid
It's
City,
at least
South Dakota.
59.
Yes, 60 today. Well done, everyone.
Yeah,
No, you. I will give it to you.
I'm
You
gonna have to
go
walk
with your
off.
original.
No, it's okay.
All right,
Thank you, Mike.
Let's
Don't have
go
to be
farther
nice.
west. We're going
Hey,
mountains.
nice me.
Let's throw in mountains.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay, we're going.
Salt Lake City. Over or under 55 degrees for a high
Wow. Oh.
today? Alex Wilson says
I
under.
think
Under.
barely.
Everyone goes
I think
under
it's the ridge
today.
breaks.
Barely.
Weather
under.
boy,
Inversion.
what happened in Salt Lake City
Inversion.
today?
Ding!
61. Everyone got
I
that
had
one
my
wrong.
chance.
Yeah, that's
I
like
demand a
That's
recount.
lie.
Had a
I just threw
chance.
my
There,
paddle
there
on
was,
out.
there was
I
an
give up.
opportunity there. All right, I want you guys to collect yourselves.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Done. I'm done.
No, Dillingham, let's get your, come on. Let's get your, she gave up on hope. She gave up all hope there.
Don't be a quitter,
All right.
Sarah. Don't be a
She's
quitter.
a hothead.
Sore loser.
I don't like it.
All right, let's go farther west. Reno, Nevada today. Over or under 55 degrees for a high temperature. A lot of things can happen.
Wow.
Reno Tahoe Airport.
Reno, Tahoe. Boy, things can get really crazy there.
Weather
I'm
is
gonna
pretty high.
It's
go
close.
under again. I think the trough.
Under.
I think they
Under.
broke 50.
Under. Tell me why. Before we reveal the answer, tell me why.
That's because of my gut.
Elevation.
Elevation kept him
Yeah,
cool.
elevation.
And clouds.
They downslope
Yeah.
like crazy,
Clouds.
but
Elevation and the approaching trough, the ridge
Yeah.
breaking down.
All right, these are all very
Very
good.
good
All
educated
very
guesses.
good analysis.
Okay,
Totally.
and go or nothing, I'm going to pick 53 as the temperature.
I think that's about right.
It was actually 62 today.
62. Oh,
Sarah's
wow.
done.
I really
Sarah's
appreciate
looking out.
everyone's
I can't even trust my gut anymore. What
Everyone
can I
else
do?
got it wrong too.
What are we even playing for this
Mike.
point? The respect is gone.
I really liked. So who was the winner? Dave and Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
tied 4 out of 6.
Tied for the win.
Yeah,
What
we
do
got
you
the
play
first
for?
four.
Who got
This
Middle
game is
followed
like
by Sarah.
blackjack. You can't even trust your gut. You can't even go with your first instinct.
Mike, a
You think you
rotor
know.
cloud has been reported in the Reno observation for the last 4 hours.
No
So
joke.
I would like to see some photos of that.
yeah.
That would
Yes.
Here on the Weather Channel.
Tweet us.
Get
Winds
something
gusting
in.
to
Rotor
58
clouds.
miles an hour. It's pretty
That's
turbulent.
awesome.
It's a good setup.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, well, thank you all for playing. And I know we tricked you a
No,
little bit
don't
there.
thank
Ryan and I were in cahoots
was a
just a
tough
little
game.
bit there.
Come on,
Just saying.
I gotta do
It's a tough
better.
game.
Stick around right
Says hit a whopping .01.
All right, they measured.
Drought's over.
Six.
Sorry, no.
pathetic,
All right,
right?
next question is from Brandon.
Brandon, appreciate your question tonight. Now, could next week's snow going to be another winter storm Jonas, if not worse, for the Northeast?
Well, it certainly could be a major snowstorm for the Northeast. We've got the track, we've got the moisture, and there's a fair amount of cold air in place, but we're still way out from this system here, so you're going to have to stay tuned. My gut feeling is this is going to be another inside runner similar to Olympia.
So places like I-95 often get
Could be in
rain
rain.
Yeah,
in
no
situations
rain,
like
yeah.
that. All right.
All right, next question is from Tam Beret. Really, really good question.
All right, Tam Bray, thanks for being a fan of the show. Appreciate that. In regards to East Coast storms, Mets are discussing probabilistic versus deterministic forecasting. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question.
deterministic is you're actually one number. There's going to be 7 inches of snow. This is what is going to happen. In a probabilistic form, we look at snowfall categories. The odds of getting 2 inches may be 80%. The odds of getting 6 inches may be 40%. The odds of getting a 12-inch snowstorm may only be 10%. And planners, DOT managers use those odds and those probabilities to help them staff, to help them budget for these types of snow events. So probabilistic forecasting is where we're going now because it gives a much broader and a more realistic picture of what the chances are for snow.
All right, thanks, Tim.
Last question from Hayden.
Hayden, appreciate your question tonight. What would happen if all winter storm names were used up in a season? Would there be a new storm name? Hayden, age 11. Hayden, thanks for being a fan of the show.
Great question. You know, our first year we did winter storms, we went through all 26, and we had to bring an A storm, and I believe it was Achilles. We went back to the alphabet. So we do have other storm names in place in case we were to go through the alphabet again this year.
Yeah.
We're at the O storm now. So
Olympia.
So the next one is
P.
P.
Yeah, but no one ever knows what the next storm name is.
We're not giving you the name tomorrow.
You have to stay tuned to find out. All right, thank you everyone for participating in the show this evening. And let's check in one last time with Alex Wilson and your weather right now.
It's not winter storm pizza, but it should be.
No.
Let's take a look at the country. Right now, we're quiet across the southeast. Warm through the central part of the country. If you missed over/under, we all learned that. Snow up into parts of the northeast. And out west, we've got rain and also snow through the Sierra Nevada. Los Angeles, they're getting the rain. Some heavier amounts just off to the south and east of town. That's where you can see some of those yellows, although LAX has only picked up 0.01 inches, Sarah?
Yep.
Oh, that's so depressing. Come on, we need a little more. Across parts of Texas, the warmth going to be the story as we move forward through the next few days. Look at Dallas tomorrow, 77, 60 in Atlanta, but 36 in New York City out west. Plenty of action, some thunderstorms possible in Seattle. Friday, a little less activity in the northwest, but still parts of Washington and Oregon. You've got rain, snow, and a mix of both. And for Los Angeles, by the end of the week, we're back to sunshine.
All right, hope you learned something on the show this evening. We all did. I'll start and talk about the heat. Had no idea it was really spreading as far north as it had today. 60s in South Dakota. Rapid City hitting 62 for a high day. Impressive.
Yeah, not the first time this month that's happened.
I learned more about the tree wells or the spruce traps as well. I'm not a skier, so I would have never known that was a threat, and also that you usually go in head first. Kind of a scary thing to find yourself upside down, and then you learn more about the more you move, the more the snow comes in. So.
That kid we saw was wearing a helmet.
Luckily.
So that was good. Yeah.
Those tree wells, that's what I learned too. I mean, I knew about tree wells, but I didn't know the absolute danger of it. You know, it's there, but all that snow on the tree, when you hit that tree, all of that's coming down on top of you. It's almost like a little avalanche inside the tree.
And avalanches are the most scary, but these actually kill more people they have this year than avalanches.
Wow.
Yeah.
The thing I learned is what I'm about to learn from Tom. I have a quick question. You showed us and the sound of the ice.
Oh, yes.
Those weird extraterrestrial sounds. Where was the microphone?
He had
Any
the microphone. I believe it was in the air. Yeah.
So you could stand on the ice and
you can hear
that.
Yeah, and you
don't have to get under the ice or down on the ice.
It's a chirp. Kind of like that.
Yeah, he did
Thanks,
that.
man.
Very good. Well, I learned that every night is a 3-dog night for Alex. I also learned 1/100th of an inch of rain in LA for this month, and in the strong El Nino years, as much as 10 inches or more rainfall. What an amazing difference and how far we have to go yet.
Right, yeah. Well, when I was talking to Dave about my horrible performance on over/under, I was asking, I was surprised that the temperature in Nashville wasn't warmer, but the little forgotten clipper that came through yesterday that brought us a little bit of a cold shot, so the temperatures only got to 53 here in Atlanta today, so a little cold air advection today kind of ruined that.
Yeah.
All right, thank you everyone, and thank you for being with us on the show this evening.